Welcome to this edition of Safety First. I'm your host, Tim Kelly. Today, a very important topic and a very interesting topic we're going to be handling. And for that, we have two experts in the field. We have Sergeant Key and Sergeant Sparks, both with Suffolk Police. Gentlemen, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
We're here to talk about 7 BLOCC. Now, 7 BLOCC. Tell me what, it's an acronym. So
Yes.
let's start out, tell me what 7 BLOCC stands for, and then tell me about how it came about to get us here today to talk about some interesting community forums that are on the, get ready to come up.
7 BLOCC stands for 7 is the 7 boroughs within the city of Suffolk. Building links of community connection, the acronym for BLOCC.
Okay.
7 BLOCC came about, Pastor Blunt with First Baptist Mayhan Church approached the chief in reference to developing a relationship with the community and the police department. So myself, Sergeant Sparks, and Detective Casey Thomas, we are the liaisons that are on the committee for the 7 BLOCC.
Okay.
The reason for 7 BLOCC is to develop a relationship with those in the community, to educate those in the community, whether it be from a teen, preteen, and the parents. So they have a better understanding of the things that we do, why we do it, and the way they are done.
So really what you're trying to do is give the community some insight into how you and your fellow officers do your job, given whatever circumstance. And there's certainly a lot of circumstances that y'all come across every day, and certainly the public as well. They want them to be as comfortable as they can be with law enforcement when you're out there interacting, and always we want to keep it as positive as certainly as we can, correct?
Correct.
Good deal. Now, one of the byproducts of 7 BLOCC are the series of community forums that y'all are planning coming up, correct?
Correct.
4 of them, at least, and we're going to have one coming up pretty soon at the end of February. So let's talk a little bit about the first one, and I believe the date on that is February the 28th.
That's correct, Tim. The first forum is February the 28th, Saturday, and it's running from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and it'll be held at 112 Mayhan Street at First Baptist Church, Mayhan.
Okay.
And some topics we will be discussing will be interaction with law enforcement. And we would like to discuss things as far as traffic stops, what the citizen can expect in a traffic stop. Likewise, if contact is made with a citizen on the street, or if the police comes to the citizen's home, what they can expect and how we were interact with them even in that situation.
Right.
So.
And again, try to get those positive outcomes and keep those positive relationships going. And I think that's very important so that way the community sort of understands, again, how you are approaching a certain situation and how they could assist you to get your job done, get the facts, handle the situation, and move forward as need be, correct?
Yes.
Right.
Now, as part of the program, I mean, I'm guessing there'll be some kind of a Q&A as part of that so that the community, the people that show up the day of, can ask questions based on the information that's being presented. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, as part of that, part of the presentation, will there be maybe some videos or a PowerPoint or something to go with it, again, to kind of help set everything up that towards what y'all are going to be covering on the day of the event?
Yes, it will be.
Okay.
We'll have an open forum where we'll have some speakers along with myself, Sergeant Sparks, and Detective Thomas.
Right.
We'll talk about some of the issues that Sergeant Sparks just talked about.
Right.
And they will have the opportunity to ask questions.
Okay.
And also they will have the opportunity to participate in a practical exercise.
Okay.
We plan to do some practical exercises on traffic stops and encountering the police.
Gotcha.
So they will have the opportunity to feel the shoes of being in a certain situation and being told in the forum what to expect, what they should and should not do, and what they will expect for us to do.
I understand. Okay.
And a way to respond.
Good deal. And again, I think that would help bridge some of that comfort zone because, if you haven't had much interaction with police, good, bad, and different, but you haven't had that interaction, you want to be as comfortable as you can with the circumstances so you know kind of, again, how y'all are approaching it. And maybe if you understand that, then it might make the situation easier for everybody, correct?
Oh, yeah.
That's correct. And Tim, with the economy of some communities, with the local law enforcement agencies across the country, now is an excellent time for us to bridge that gap right now to bring the citizens in to, again, let them see how we operate as a police department and to have a better feeling of the things that we do within the department.
Now, who are y'all encouraging for this first one really to come out there? I believe you have kind of a target audience, but certainly it is open to the community at large.
Yes, it's open to the community.
Okay.
Anybody is welcome to come. They can feel free to come out. From teens, preteens, parents, and or guardians. We encourage them to come out. And the reason being, not just targeting one group. If you notice, we said pretty much from a teen to an adult.
Right.
So they all will have an understanding of what we do,
Got it.
why we do it, and to build that relationship.
And you don't just have to be from that immediate community. We're talking citywide. That, and again, the 7-block concept.
Yes,
that you talk in
correct.
7 boroughs, so it really any Suffolk resident is welcome to attend. So it's not just folks in that immediate community, right?
That's correct. And Tim, also our mission statement, police mission statement of law enforcement excellence and public service through partnership with our community. We really want to get all of the community involved. So from the northern end of Suffolk to Whaleyville to Harlan, they all invited to come out.
Got it. And you mentioned the word community, and really that's what makes all this work, because certainly, y'all need the community to help you do your job effectively.
Correct.
And the community certainly relies on public safety, police, fire, EMS, everyone to work together to provide those services when those situations come up, be it just, a simple roadside assistance or other situations come and go. But it definitely is a community aspect that we're trying to get out there right now. But again, the biggest thing is the understanding between the community and law enforcement to make sure everybody's on the same page, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, if someone wants to attend, should they pre-register? If so, how can they do that?
Yes, we're encouraging the citizens to pre-register so we can get a feel about the number of participants that will be coming out. Right. And they can contact myself, Sergeant Sparks, at 514-7998, or I can be emailed at Sparks at suffolkva.us.
Okay. And again, we'll have that information on the screen. That way we get it out there a couple times. But we noted off the top, this is the first of 4 community forums that y'all are planning through the 7-block concept here. What are some of the topics that y'all are kicking around to use for the other 3 forums when those come around? I know we might not have the dates and times just yet, but at least we'll talk about some of the things that are coming up.
Some of the other topics we're looking forward to, Tim, are parenting, touching on gangs, sexting, energy drinks, drugs, alcohol, social media, dealing with youth, gangs in schools, future jobs, etc.
Got it.
The elderly, scams, banking issues. So just trying to touch on a few areas to get everybody.
That's right. And I guess the beauty about this is y'all going out to the communities, you're putting faces and people kind of behind the badge, if you will. Because again, if you get to know police officers, as human beings, so to speak, not to say that you're not human beings, but you know what I'm saying, in the sense of there's a face. I remember that guy, or I remember that lady that came out and talked to us about whatever the topic would be. There's some kind of rapport that can develop. And again, y'all develop that strength in the community that everybody, again, as I said it earlier, is on the same page.
Exactly. And it goes back to that building that relationship.
Right.
If you see a familiar face, you feel comfortable talking to that particular person.
Right.
So hopefully a lot of relationships will be built with people within our community, and we can move forward and continue to live in this wonderful city called Suffolk.
Indeed. Now, of course, you talked off the top as well that this is not just police that are on this group. As far as on the 7-block group, you have people in the community, again, working together to kind of come up with the programs.
Correct.
And have that outreach. And I think that's a good way to start, because you're talking about community from day one.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Good deal. Now, as far as a rough timetable, again, we're not putting dates and times right now. Certainly that information will be coming out. I mean, how long are y'all looking to stretch out the forums? And we have the one on the 28th of February.
Correct.
And then, how soon do you think approximately you might have the next forum?
They'll probably be spaced out maybe once every other month.
Okay. All right. And again, we'll be getting that information out there through media releases and other means to let people know what's going on. Again, encouraging everyone to pre-register if you're wanting to attend, because again, space is limited to a degree where we're going to be. And again, the location is First Baptist Church Mahan, and that's at 112 Mahan Street, correct?
112 Mahan
Good deal.
Street.
And the date again is February the 28th?
February 28th at 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Okay. So okay, that's the first 7-block community forum that's coming up. And gentlemen, I want to give you each one opportunity. If someone's watching this program and they're thinking, well, that might be something I want to come out and do, or bring my teenage son or daughter out there with me to kind of see what's going on, words of encouragement to get people to come on out. And Sergeant Sparks, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I would say, Tim, definitely to get to know someone and to understand, as they say, to walk a mile in their shoes, you have to get to know them. Right. And as you say before, that police are people, and we like for the citizens to come out and experience how we see things from a police perspective. Right. We won't reveal all the tactical aspects, but we want to share with them the operational aspects of why we do the things that we do. And even like, from a traffic stop, the individuals within that vehicle, they are concerned to that police officer until things are otherwise noted. And so if the citizens have a more of understanding of why this officer is asking to see people's hands within that car, they might not feel as that they've been harassed, but they will understand from the police perspective why they're asking them to do certain things. So I would encourage citizens to come out, and it's a perfect time for them to ask us questions that they might have that they might not otherwise have the opportunity to ask a law enforcement officer.
Indeed. Sergeant Key?
I agree with Sergeant Sparks, and I add a few things to that.
Sure.
Is most importantly, I think, is so that they have an understanding of what we do, why we do it, and understand that we're human beings also. And that not only that, some people look at police officers and just look at a police officer and looking at a badge and a uniform, and understand that we're human, we have feelings, we have emotions, we understand, and that once they come in, they will understand and have a better understanding of what we do and why we do it. And that's about it.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, thank you again. Looking forward to the first of the 4 7-block community forums. Again, the first one's coming up February the 28th, 10 o'clock. Again, we'll have the registration information on the screen if you want to get pre-registered. We encourage everyone to come on out and take part in this great community effort. Well, that would do it for this edition of Safety First. I'm your host, Tim Kelly. We'll see you again next time.